Hey parents, just wanted to do a quick bar model tutorial. The idea with bar models is that it's very similar to the part whole that they learned last year. So where if you've got the number that you're looking for is 50, part of it could be 25, the other part could be 25. What this would look like in a bar model would be the full bar, part of it is 25, the other part is 25, making the whole 50. So bar models are a new concept that have been introduced this year, but it's very similar to the part whole or the number bond that they learned last year in first grade. I'm gonna run through a couple of problems just so you have some familiarity. Our test is coming up this week, so we'll do what we can to get through it. But just wanted you to have this for homework tonight and then going forward. So we're gonna start with a basic, looking at an addition problem. Sean has 405 stickers, or this is a subtraction, gives 278 stickers away. How many does he have left? So the idea is you are either, are we looking for the parts or are we looking for the whole? And so those are the two questions that you ask. Here we know that Sean has 405 stickers. We know the whole. So my whole is 405. I'm missing one of my parts. The part that I know is that he gives 278 stickers away. So I know the part that he gave away is 278, but I'm missing one of my parts. So how many stickers does he have left? If I am missing, and what the kids have been talking about over and over and over, and we have it on our anchor charts that are on our backboard, and they can refer to those at all times, but if I know both parts and I'm looking for my whole, the operation I use is addition. If I am missing a part, the operation that I use will be subtraction. So because I am missing a part here, I will use subtraction. So I know that 405 minus 278 is 127. So that missing part is 127. So how many stickers does he have left? Sean has 127 stickers left. We talk about in class that you can use the inverse operation to check your work. So I can add 127 plus 278 to get 405. I can also subtract 405 minus 127 and get 278. And so that's where we're talking about that you could make that a number bond, and that this would be your whole and that these are your two parts. Another problem to solve would be Mr. Wilson packs 431 files in 2 boxes. He packs 216 files in the first box. How many does he pack in the second box? So I know that my whole is 431. He packed 216 in the first box. I'm looking how many did he pack in the second box. So the operation that I use will be subtraction. So he packs 215 in the second box. And again, I can use the inverse operation. Whenever I find out that this is 215, I can add 216 plus 215 to get 431. So if you hear your child saying inverse operation, that's what we're looking for. It's just the opposite operation. So you've got either subtraction, whenever you've got the part whole, whenever you are using subtraction because there's something that's missing, or whenever you know both parts and you're adding them together to find the whole, that's whenever you'll use addition. The second way that we use bar models is for comparing. The problem is 102 children at a swimming pool do not wear goggles. 23 more children wear goggles than those who do not wear goggles. How many wear goggles? So I know that 102 children do not wear goggles. This is the given. Without goggles is 102 children. I know that the difference, and that's the big word, the difference whenever you're comparing, there's a difference always. I know that 23 more children wear goggles than those who don't wear goggles. So this difference is what I'm looking for. The basic way to break it down to know are we adding or subtracting is, am I looking for a bigger bar or a smaller bar? I'm looking for a bigger bar. So if I know that this bar is bigger and that's the number that I'm missing, then I'm going to add. So I add 102 plus 23, and that's going to be 125. So how many children wear goggles? 125. I can subtract 102 from 125 and get 23. I can subtract 23 from 125 and get 102. The big key word here is understanding 23 more, or really just stopping and thinking. And what we're learning and what we're working on right now is really reading the problem and understanding the words that are in the problem. There are 23 more children. We don't know how many wear goggles at first. We don't know how many wear goggles, but I know it's 23 more than those that don't. So really stopping, slowing down, and thinking through. I'm having each student read the problem 3 times. Whenever they get the problem, they lay their pencil down, they have to read it 3 times through and really stop and think, what are the pieces of the problem that I'm looking for? And then I let them go to solve, because a lot of them are trying to slap 23 in that box, and that doesn't make any sense. The last one is tricky, and it's the 2-part problems, and that's what you're going to see on homework tonight. But Club A has 235 male members and 172 female members. 45 new members joined the club. How many members were in the club at first is part A. Part B is how many members are in the club now. So before I even look at part B, I've got to solve part A. And that's how many were in the club at first. So that is a simple, like, I know that there are boys, I know that there were girls, how many were all together? And this is the gross motor movement that we do whenever we're talking in classes. We have one part, we have another part, and we're looking for our whole all together. So part, whole. So one of my parts is males, the other part is females, and I'm looking for my whole. I know that 235 are males, 172 are females. How many are in all? Because I know both of my parts and I'm missing my whole, I will add 235 plus 172 is 407. There are 407 members in the club at first. So this is a part whole as the first part, but then the second part of the problem is then comparing, because then I've got 45 new members join the club. So in the old club, I have 407. But in the new club, I don't know how many I have, but I know that the difference is right here, and that's 45 more members. There are 45 new members. And so I know that this is going to be a bigger number, therefore it's a bigger bar. Because of that, I will use addition. There are some problems where you'll see a subtraction. We talked about one today where Kate's grandmother spends money, and whenever she was spending the money, that means that she was losing the money, so her bar was shorter. So it's not always going to be addition. There will be some subtraction, but here, because there are new members, it will be an addition problem. So 407 plus the 45 new members is going to be 452 new members. Use the inverse operation. 452 minus 45 is going to be 47, and vice versa. So hope that explains a little bit more than maybe what you know. We are about to wrap up bar models and we'll move on, but they will continue to see bar models throughout the rest of the year. This is a Singaporean style and a method that they will use for grades to come, so it is important to get it down right now. So just hang with it and let me know if you have any questions. Thanks.